welcome back to my channel. It's been a long time since I have done a foundation review and I'm so excited. I really miss filming these videos. I love doing foundation reviews. They're my favorite because obviously like I have really horrible acne and just really bad skin, so I feel like I'm an amazing candidate for testing out foundations to see their longevity, the coverage, all the things, you know? So today we're going to be testing out a new one and I'm so excited because it's been all the rage. Baby, it's Maybelline. It's been a long time, I feel like, since the drugstore has come out with a new foundation, at least that I have heard of. People are talking a lot about this foundation. It is the Maybelline Super Stay Up to 30 Hour Wear Foundation and Concealer. Hopefully I got a good shade, I'm not too sure, but I wanted to read a few things for you guys before we get started on what the foundation claims and all that kind of stuff. If you're new, please do subscribe for future videos because I'm gonna be on it and uploading more and I'm so excited about it. I started Accutane, so I've been vlogging that whole journey and definitely check that out if you're interested. Anyways, side note, let's get back to it. On the website, it says that Maybelline Super Stay Activewear Foundation lasts up to 30 hours, long wear, full coverage with a light as air feel, seamless natural matte finish. This transfer resistant foundation sets new standards. Oil-free formula provides a seamless natural matte finish. Allergy tested, non-comedogenic, suitable for all skin types, including sensitive skin, dermatologist tested for safety. Apply to the face and blend with fingertips, sponge, or blender. Interesting. Doesn't say a brush, so I guess I will be using the sponge, my e.l.f. sponge, which I love so much, over the brush. I did think I was going to use a brush with it, or maybe I will still try one side with a brush and then the other side with a blender. And if anything, I'll just finish it off with my blender because I do prefer using a blender versus a brush. Typically, especially when I have a lot of breakouts happening, which is what's happening right now, like on my chin, they're quite painful. It's that time of the month and they're just like extra. Retails for $12.99 and it is 1 fluid ounce, which is standard for foundation. 24 shades. And the concealer, let's see what they say about the concealer as well. Cool. Okay, I'm excited. Let's go ahead and apply this on our face. I did already apply my sunscreen, which is tinted, so it's like very lightly tinted, but I just wanted to show you guys what the skin looks like. My skin is oily combination, so usually my cheeks are more dry and then I get oily in the T-zone. Right now, as I am on Accutane, it is like a medication that dries the skin, so I do feel like I get a little bit more like flakiness and dryness happening, but my T-zone does still get oily at this point. I am only about 3 weeks into it, so it hasn't completely like, I don't see any changes. My skin still be looking bad, but my hopes are high. Okay, we're gonna get started. I'm obviously not gonna be wearing this for 30 hours because that's just crazy. Who wears their foundation for 30 hours? Not me. Not me, honey. But I do usually wear my foundation up to 10 hours, so we'll just see what kind of day I have. I will definitely be wearing this for at least 8 hours today. Maybe more. We'll see. Love that it comes with a pump. Let's see. Oh, sometimes it takes a while. Oh, okay. That's 1 pump. We're gonna do 2 pumps and see how long that goes. It's pretty thick. Let's do the brush first. This is one of my favorite brushes. It's the, oh, I can't even tell you the name. Love it. I've had this one forever. Oh no, I think is it a little too light? Standing right in front of the mirror, by the way, so this is just natural daylight, which is the best, I think, for testing out foundations because you could really see the natural texture and everything, the color. It is definitely going on very lightweight, but not full coverage from this initial first like blend. Okay, I definitely think I'm gonna like the yeah, I'm gonna like the sponge more, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do my sponge. And let's see. Oh yeah, see, that goes on way more full coverage with the sponge. Let me zoom you guys in so you can see a little better. way more full coverage. So I kind of just want to do one side just to compare. You know what? Actually, the color, not bad. I could actually still see my acne really peeking through on this side. So the coverage isn't as good as it states already because I already did 2 pumps. I'm gonna do 2 more pumps, which is a total of 4 pumps at this point. You can see though, obviously, compared to the side with no foundation, I did get pretty good coverage, but not full coverage. I would say it's a heavier medium coverage. But those really stubborn ones that I have that are really, really intense, they're super, super red and inflamed. It didn't really cover them fully. But I'm sure if I go in with another layer on top, it will cover. If you have dry skin, you will not like this. Whatever's left on my hand, I'm just gonna place it kind of strategically over some of these really intense breakouts that I have, just to see how far this coverage can go. And I'm gonna leave it on there, which is something I always do whenever I want a little extra coverage. I'll place the foundation or the concealer on there, let it sit for up to a minute, 45 seconds or so, and then I'll blend kind of just like the edges. That way it really sets in. The concealer, ooh, it's kind of liquidy when I pulled it out. Cool little sponge though, the applicator. Let's see. I did get a really light shade. Ooh. Oh man, something like kind of burned my eyes for a second in this formula. What the heck? I don't have any allergies that I know of, or I've never had a reaction like this before, but that kind of burnt. That was really weird. Okay. I'm gonna do some on the chin, some on the nose here, and a little right there, just to kind of brighten things up. Man, that's matte. It's like really matte. It's actually, it's like borderline like too matte for me. I honestly prefer more of like a natural kind of satin finish where it's not fully matte, but it's not super like glowy and just like luminous. I prefer something in between, you know, where it's like it still looks more skin-like. When it's such a matte coverage like this, it just feels a little bit like makeup-y to me. Wow, this is very matte as well. It's sinking into my lines that I have like right under my eye. Sorry for all the crazy city noise. I just moved to downtown LA and the sirens and the noise is definitely more intense here than in Hollywood. Even though in Hollywood it was pretty loud too, but I feel like in downtown it's even louder. So the one layer of concealer I feel like isn't actually as full coverage as I would want it to be. I still see some like darkness kind of peeking through. So I'm gonna go in with like a little bit more right in here. And I think I'm gonna let it kind of sit for a second. There's something very intense in this formula. It kind of burns and it's weird. It's like just like 2 seconds where it like hits you and then it stops. It's like it's completely gone now, but it was just like so intense for us. That's so weird. Okay, I totally look like a ghost right now. But I was able to get more coverage out of it and I'm way more happy with it now. I'm glad I went in with that little extra layer, which basically makes it like 3 layers. But I did place it strategically, so it's not like I put 3 layers on my entire face. I just did 2 layers on my whole face and then I kind of spot concealed, if you will, with the foundation. And then I blended out that concealer under. Everything is looking super dry right now and I really don't like it, to be honest. It's just looks really heavy. Feels very lightweight. Feels like I'm not wearing foundation, but it looks super heavy. It just looks like it's kind of laying on top of my skin and not like, it's just not sitting nice. I don't know. It just is not cute, not cute. The under eye area is especially bad. It just looks so dry. I'm not going to be setting it with any powder, not even my under eye area, because it's already feeling so dry. So I'm gonna go ahead and just finish the rest of my makeup, and I will be right back to update you guys. But it is currently 12:51. I ended up finishing my makeup watching my show, and I got carried away and I got really hungry. I ended up making lunch. So it is now 3:11, a little bit over 2 hours now that I've had the foundation on. Everything went on really well on top of it. My bronzer, the blush, everything went on really smoothly because of how matte the formula is. I still do not like the way that the foundation is looking. It's just so dry looking. It almost looks like crepey on my skin. It's very, 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 very matte, like matte to another level. The under eye, like the concealer too, just looks so dry. I don't know. It's just like overall not my favorite. Excuse my super dry lips. I keep applying Vaseline, but they're just, this is what happens when you're on Accutane. But anyways, this is the close-up of what it's looking like. Sitting on top of it in the most like unflattering way. My under eye area is just so creasy and dry looking, and the forehead too, like you could see it kind of like fell into like where I have some fine lines happening. Almost want to just like lightly pat over it, but yeah, it's just not looking good. It looks fine from far away when you're like not close to me, but in person it looks bad. I kind of thought I'd go in with a little bit of this rose water and just apply a little bit on my face to kind of help with just adding a little more hydration. Okay, that's definitely helped a little bit, but didn't obviously fix the problem, but it does look a little better to me. I will get back to you guys in a couple hours and do another check-in. So it's been 11 hours. I didn't end up doing more check-ins. I kind of got really busy. The day slipped away. It was one of those days where like everything just piled on and it flew by so fast. I'm about to hop in the shower, but I just wanted to kind of tie everything in, let you guys know my last thoughts and feels about the foundation. It did not get any better throughout the day as far as dryness goes. It still feels extremely dry. Like I just feel like the Sahara Desert. I did not need to even blot once. I didn't touch my face, nothing. Like it literally, everything stayed on really well on top of it, but it just looks so dry on my skin. Actually is not transfer resistant, because when I rub my face, or like even earlier I kind of like tapped my face accidentally, and like look, there's clearly foundation on my fingers. So it's not transfer resistant. That's a whole bunch of BS. Really kept thinking that it was just gonna get a little bit better as it sat on my skin and my natural oils kicked in, but this is like literally so mattifying that none of my oils kicked in. It still looks super dry on my skin. But if you have super oily skin, you would probably love this, because it did not get oily for my T-zone, and I usually get oily in my T-zone. So I would think that like if you have really oily skin, you would love this. If you have dry skin, stay clear from this. You will absolutely hate it. Definitely a no-go for me. Let me know in the comments down below though if you guys enjoyed this foundation, if you tried it out. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts. All right, I hope you guys find this video helpful, and I will see you guys in my next video.